Hey guys, in this video I'm going to share to you the 10 things that I do to avoid baby mama drama with the mother of my kids. Well, the first thing I want to say is that what qualifies me to talk about this is the fact that right now me and the mother of my kids are going through a divorce. We're fully separated. She lives in one location, I live in another, and I have yet to go through the court system, nor do I think I will. Fingers crossed, right? I hope it doesn't. But everything has been smooth sailing, and I appreciate that a lot from her, and the fact that I ran into the information that I'm going to share with you guys that has helped me avoid it. Another thing I want to say is that remember that, as human beings, we always tend to disagree or argue with people. So if you argue with someone that there's a lot of variables in between, which is like, you have the kids, you have the fact that you used to have a sexual relationship with this person, you have the fact that you might own things together. So the fact that you reach misunderstandings is normal. And another thing I want to say before I begin is remember, you're the man. You're supposed to control your emotions. So when you see that you're being uh, emotional, or that you're reacting and overreacting for something, even if the reaction is justified, as a man, we're supposed to be stern. We're supposed to be like a tree trunk, so no need to raise your voice, no need to get offended, even when you're in your right to do so. That doesn't mean let someone step all over you, but at the same time, assume your role as a man. And this is something that I do on a normal basis. Um, Number one, the first thing that I do to remember, or what I do is I remember the fact that the thing that I love the most in this world would have never came or materialized without her. I love my sons very much. And without her body, without her uterus, without the sexual act that we had, those kids would have never materialized. So whenever I'm upset, I always remember she is the mother of my kids. And without her, they would have never came about. And that brings me into number two. Would you ever break your kid's toy if your kid loves that toy? No, that'll break your kid's heart. So remember, your kids love their mom in the majority of cases. So try not to offend, belittle, make cry, or physically or emotionally hurt their mom. Because in essence, by you doing that, you're also hurting your kids. Number three, I remember that she's the brick and I'm the egg. If we were to go to court, if something were to happen, the bias in society is towards the women. So I control myself, always remembering that it's better to handle it between you than to let it escalate elsewhere, because everything's in their favor. Number four, I avoid talking about money. Number five, I avoid having sex with her. So if you are fortunate enough to have kids with a person that you're highly physically attracted to, it might be difficult to avoid the urge of being with them again physically. But just remember, if you start having sex again, your emotions might get into play, or hers. And either way, if there's no plan of getting back together, this is not a good idea. There's plenty of fish in the sea. You're better off just finding a new fish. Number six, whenever possible, help them progress. So, if the mother of your child is in school or something, and you know that she has a big test coming up, instead of taking them whatever amount of time you have on the day before and the day of the test, take the kids, you know. If you see that there's like a job application being accepted at a certain place, let her know, because by you helping her, you're letting her know that you're on her team per se, because you are part of the same team. You are pretty much, raising the team is raise your kids in as normal as possible team. That's the team. So you're part of the same team. So whatever you can do to help her progress, it goes a long way. And it also shows her that you're not a spiteful, emotional person, right? The next thing I would say is set up automatic child support. So whatever child support agreement you have reached, set it up so it reaches her automatically and she does not have to ask you for it. Number 7, stay connected to alpha males. Stay connected to alpha males, and whether it's in person, over the phone, or through YouTube, look into Coach Greg Adams, Alpha Male Strategies. These guys, they share advice and wisdom that would allow you to know how to behave and how to proceed in certain situations. And you could extrapolate that information to yours whenever your situation at home with the mother of your kids. That helps out a lot. Another thing I do is I do sparring in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I train in Muay Thai boxing as well, Thai boxing. And the reason why this helps, along with working out, doing push-ups, running, and doing all that other stuff, the reason why it helps is because when you do high intensity workouts and self-defense type of workouts, your body is very, very stressed. Your adrenaline is through the roof. So like if I'm sparring with a guy who's 6'4" and he's 100 pounds heavier than me, when it comes time to spar with the mother of my kids, I'm not, I'm so drained from the physical exertion of training jujitsu that I'm very calm. And you notice that a lot of the guys who are black belts, you wouldn't even know that they're black belts because they're so cool, they're so chill, and that comes from training really hard. So I would suggest also, if you can, increase your physical fitness, because that helps you be calm and have a cool demeanor when you're confronted with a stressful situation, whether it's at home with the mother of your kids or in the street and or wherever. Let me see, I got my notes here, so I want to make sure I didn't forget anything here. Well, yep, that's it. All right, guys, so I hope this helps. And if you have any questions or any comments, feel free and I'll get back to you. All right, peace.